Draw the normal forces exerted on the sphere and find the respective values. So we have a sphere, say with center O, and it's on a structure. So this is APB, and at APB we have the angle to be 90 degree. And now we need to draw the normal. So the normal will look like this. Normal will look like this. Okay, that will be a normal. So let's make a point. So yeah, the how do I put it across? Draw the normal exerted on the sphere. This is it, and find the respective values. Okay. I wanted to make a small note that the normal is pointing towards the center. This is a circle. Actually, it's needed for the second part. So this diagram is done. So we are looking at the values of the normal. Okay, guys. So for that, let me draw the free body diagram. So these angles will be 45 degree, 45 degree. So somewhere over here is 45 degree, 45 degree. This has to support the object. So what are the forces acting on it? And of course, we have gravitational pull, 100 Newton. So with respect to the horizontal, somewhere over here, so we have the angle to be 45 degree. Okay, why is that I am announcing it to be 45 degree? Why is that I am announcing it to be 45 degree? Well, if I join this line, okay, and if I join this line, this is a square because all the angles are, three angles are 90 degree and the adjacent sides are equal. So let me explain that. So we'll go to the angle. So this is your FBD. So now about the angle. As or consider the quadrilateral. I'm not drawing the quadrilateral, but you guys can imagine. OAPB, angle APB is equal to 90 degree. So this is given. And angle PAO is equal to angle PBO. Both of these are equal to 90 degree because normal force is perpendicular to point of contact, to the surface at the point of contact. Now, point P is an external point as point P is an external point, making AP and PB as tangents to the sphere, which is nothing but a circle. So AP has to be equal to PB because tangent from an external point, the lengths are equal. So from all of the above information, what can you conclude? Thus, OAPB has to be a, yes, what should it be? A square. Because three angles are equal to 90 degree and two adjacent sides are equal. Okay guys, again I'm using a lot of shortcut because I don't want to waste time writing and you guys just seeing that there's no point. But yeah, you guys, when you're writing it, you write it in the proper manner. So, okay, this is a square, but still, where is this 45 degree coming from? And so, in a square, the diagonals bisect the angles. And that's how we figured out this to be 45 degree. Okay, and now we'll continue the diagram. So we need to resolve it. So this will be your fn1 and say fn2. So this will be fn1 by root 2. This will be fn2 by root 2. And this will be fn1 by root 2 plus fn2 by root 2. I'm just writing the answers, values directly. Okay, yes, by now you guys should be able to resolve vectors, and you should be able to understand that I'm just adding the vectors. So fn1 is equal to fn2. How can we prove that? So considering horizontal components, so we have fn1 by root 2, that is to the right, minus fn2 by root 2 should be equal to 0. Why is that? As no acceleration is seen, as object is not accelerating. It's not accelerating, and net force should be equal to 0 Newton. And so we have this, so all of this will get cancelled, and we just showed that in terms of magnitude, fn1 should be equal to fn2. So that's that. With that information, now considering vertical component. So what do we have? We have 100 minus 100 plus 2 times of fn1 by root 2 to be equal to 0. Again, I'm just adding this to. So I get 2 times of fn1 by root 2. And that has to be equal to 100 Newton. Okay, so same reason, as the object is not accelerating, as acceleration is 0, F net should be equal to 0 Newton. And bit of workout, and what we have here is 50 root 2 Newton. So that's that. Does it make sense? Okay, so a lot of geometry over here, but yeah, if not, it's just a simple set of resolving vectors and just adding and subtracting. For these questions, your geometry has to be very strong.